Black people was already here. That's a bald-faced lie. He didn't discover no America. And the ship got in troubled water. And them black men was already here. The black people was already here. So they went out in that ocean and rescued Columbus off that ship. But they didn't have no knowledge, no learning or nothing. And then he came here and he put him into slavery. It saved his life. But he's a bald-faced lie when he said he discovered America. That's a bald-faced lie. If my black relative didn't went out there and to rescue his butt when that the turbulence was tearing up them ships, he wouldn't have been here. So black people didn't know. All they knew was living off the land, and they didn't know how to fight for themselves.
Right.
He put the black people into slavery. And the big old giant. My grandfather was tall, and he wasn't afraid of nothing. Nobody, white or black, short or tall, fat or thin. He wasn't afraid of nothing.
What was your grandfather's name?
John Jordan. Everybody call him Johnny. John Jordan put the black people into slavery, and they got tight, and they fought their way out. They fought their way out of what?
When I got back the results that showed that the number and the size and the amount of pigment in the light-skinned zebrafish were all diminished, and the same thing happened in humans, when I opened the textbook and saw that same thing, I began to sweat. Not only did light-skinned people evolve from black-skinned people, but lighter-skinned people, whether they're European or whether they're Asian, like me, were actually mutants of the dark-skinned people.
This was remarkable because we had only inferred on the basis of circumstantial evidence that this must have occurred in evolution, but we didn't have any concrete genetic evidence. Now we do.
Hey guys, Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Welcome to 2026. Thank you all for your support throughout 2025. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Yeah, the truth is the Black Americans were here first. Whether we like it or not, that's the truth. Did you listen to what that grandma said in the video that just played? I have nothing else to add to that. All other colors came from black, whether you like it or not. Anyways, let's go back to the videos I've compiled for you today. As always, credit belongs to the original creators of these videos I have used in this channel today. Hold on, guys. There's more to come. Don't go away.
Alright, racists, we're going to address this again since the inferior people are struggling. Black Americans are the only indigenous people on this land. Melanated people are the only people around the world who are indigenous on every land, no matter their ethnic group. Uncivilized lands all have the same genetic connection. Melanated skin with varying shades of brown. And those groups are not connected to Africa, just like Black Americans aren't connected to Africans ethnically. The actual American Indian, known as the Black Americans, are the ethnic group of North America, not descendants of Africans. Let's dismantle the greatest public relations fraud ever committed, the desperate multiracial campaign to erase the true indigenous Black American from this land. There is a coordinated effort, a relentless lie, designed to make Black Americans believe they are a guest in someone else's house. But the unchangeable archaeological and historical truth is that Black Americans are the foundation. They were here first. And by here, I mean the world. Every country. Every strip of land. And they built the civilization that we are all destroying. The lie about Africa is to confuse and mislead so that the theft can keep going on. Black Americans weren't even considered African American until 1988 by Jesse Jackson, a known Cherokee Indian. So they'll pay a Black American leader to lie and sell out, while classifying himself correctly despite the lie. If Black Americans came from Africa by boat in the 1600s, America didn't figure this out until 1988? And this isn't just a white lie. This is a lie woven by $5 pretendians, by secret treaties between immigrant groups, by decades of policy and propaganda all aimed at one single goal, convincing the world that the original people of this soil simply do not exist. They have every story in the world about the false history. And then you ask for ship manifest and evidence of ships, and then suddenly they can't produce them. But they could show you evidence of the Titanic hundreds of feet under the ocean. They won't even show you the entirety of the Titanic under the water. Only a corner of this ship. They still parse that history. They have reclassified the true indigenous people, renamed you, and redrawn maps around you, hoping you would forget the land your spirit is made from. Now they deploy their little native influencers online, armed with fraudulent petitions and digital picket signs, begging platforms to remove you from your own story. They are performing a pathetic pantomime of indigeneity. If you are indigenous, why would you need outside help? What are they protecting? If you're truly indigenous Native Americans, how could someone take that from you? Why the sudden panic? Every post they make, every petition they circulate is an admission. You've been caught, and now history will be made. Every other race are the visitors. It is time, Black Americans. Time for you to start acting like the host in your home, because all of this is yours. It is time you start acting like the host.
Hey, listen, this is for my Black people. This is for my people. Do y'all realize how powerful we are? Like, no, really. Do y'all really realize how powerful we are? We are so powerful until they are intimidated, not just by our skin color, but they are intimidated by our knowledge, our talent, our skills, and even our looks. All right? So check this out. I was looking at a video and it was somewhere overseas. I can't remember what city or what country, and I want to say it may have been Spain, but I may be wrong. But anyway, it was a temple that was closed for hundreds of years. All right. They finally opened up the temple and allowed visitors to enter in. When they walked in, they saw paintings and pictures of biblical prophets, biblical people in the Bible. And guess what skin color they were? Every last one of them were black. Every last one of them were black. So I say that to say this. Regardless of the history that they try to wipe away, regardless of what they're trying to do to get rid of us, they would never be able to get rid of the Black community. They would never be able to erase the history. As a matter of fact, as time goes on, more of our history is being discovered. So that's why we are so powerful, because we have the knowledge and we are the strongest ones out here. Every race out there has some Black in them. I'm going to say that again. Every race out there has some Black in them. We are the originators of this earth. So, if you're Black, you should be proud of yourself. We're not carbon copies. We are original.
Yeah, this is a hot take. Yes, this isn't meant to piss some of you off. Yes, this post is meant to do this. For all you people who are calling Black folk pretendians, as if there's no way that we can actually be indigenous to any landmass, though our genetics are 2, 3, 4 times older than any of y'all who claim to be indigenous, right? You tell me, how can a mixed breed of people be indigenous to the land? There are more pure-blooded human beings, such as myself, whom you actually carry some of our DNA, but have the nerve to look down on us and say that we are not indigenous when we have been here longer than you.
Let's just say it's 3 million Native Americans here in America. And let's just say it's 42 million Black Americans here in America. Could it be that they told us a lie? That they brought us from Africa when this place was already populated with so many Native Americans? Is that why they told us that lie? Because it wasn't a lot of Native Americans here from the get-go? So they had to say that we came from Africa to keep us from knowing that we was already here. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say that I don't have any African blood in me, but I really don't think that they brought us over here. A lot of people say that we going through identity crisis. I don't believe that it's this many black people that are this silly. But what I do believe that it could be a lot of people that look like me that are very asleep and just can't wake up to reality. So you mean to tell me it took Africans to come here and invent all this stuff? No disrespect, but what have the Native Americans invented during these times? You got the black man inventing the stoplights. A white man invented the light bulb, but he couldn't keep the light bulb from turning on. Guess who did? The black man. Black people invented pretty much everything. Literally. What if World War I was started in 1492 and lasted till 1775, and then we surrendered? What if it took 5 to 7 countries to invaded us and went to war with us for over 200 years, and then we finally surrendered?
World War I is from 1492 to 1775, when America was attacked by 7 countries simultaneously. For 283 years, they bombed this place. Russia took Alaska, Netherlands took Canada, British and England took the East Coast, Italy took Texas up to the Gulf, France took New Orleans up the Gulf, and Spain came around the West Coast down through Argentina, Chile, and up the backside. 7 countries attacked Black America. In 1775, we surrendered and lost the right to vote. They put us in slavery camps. They labeled them reservations, and the ones that did not go on reservations was labeled Negro. And
this stuff makes more sense than that 12.5 million that they brought over here when this land was already populated. And like I say, there's only 3 million Native Americans. Not even that, but I'm just rounding it off. 42 million of us. The land was already populated with us. So they gave us that lie that they unalived the Native Americans. Why would you unalive the people that's already here and then bring more people over here to work, enslave them? You don't do that. You don't take people here and there when you're in a war, you know what I'm saying? What they do is they go to war, and when they defeat the people, they enslave them on their own land. That's how that went down, man. Maybe not exactly how I explained it, but pretty much that's how it went down. We are not in an identity crisis. No, it's not identity crisis. We're coming into reality and finding our identity. All of this research is coming to light, man. You got Asians telling the truth. You got Caucasians telling the truth. You even got some Native Americans that's telling the truth. But for some reason, people that look like me rather to believe the same system that enslaved our ancestors. What makes you think that these people are telling you the truth? Why would they tell you the truth? If they told you the truth, then now you got something to fight for, which is your land. Our grandparents always said that we had Indian in our blood. They didn't say Native American, they say Indian in our blood. See, when I was young, I'm thinking that somebody in the family hooked up with a Native American that we see today, and that's how we got Indian in our blood. But that's not what it is. Our family were Indians. Now, Indian, that is a name that the white man also gave us as well. I believe so, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, we went from whatever we was calling ourselves. When they found us here, that's when they started calling us Indians. We've been reclassified over and over and over again. How many times has anyone been reclassified? That many times. Don't worry, I'll wait. Man, we didn't come from Africa. That doesn't mean that I'm saying that we don't have African in our blood. That's not what I'm saying. We are the original Americans that went to war with these people. That's why we're still going to war with them today. We are at war still. And some people want to sit up here and act like we're not. They're unaliving our people, putting them in trees, and saying that they're unaliving themselves with wounds to the head, clothes down to the ankles. Just like back in the day. We're still at war with these people because they know who we are. And they know what we're capable of. We was warriors, but we've been dumbed down so much to the point that we don't even know that we was warriors. We're so messed up out here that we're unaliving each other and letting the enemy walk free. It's time to open our eyes, man. This ain't about hate. It's about reality. And it's a real thing.
Hey guys, have you seen all the data? Have you seen all the data? There's nothing hidden under the sun. The truth still remains. Everybody came from blacks. You know, that's why the foundational Black Americans know what they are talking about. And I agree with them, absolutely. My submission is this. The Native Americans, and by Native I mean the indigenous Americans, they were black. Period. Anyways, as always, credit belongs to the original creators of the videos I have used here today. Thank you all for joining me today. I'll be reading your comments. I'd love to hear your feedback. I'd love to hear your views. Please do comments, and I'll be reading your comments, okay? Thank you so much. To my returning subscribers, I love you all. And to my new, if you're new on this channel, please consider subscribing to my channel, hit the notification bell, and share my videos. Thank you. Have an amazing day.